looking at both Vulpix and Alolan Vulpix. Let's get into it. First of all, there's regular Vulpix, as you can see here. She is a small Fae, because, to be completely honest here, Vulpix and Ninetales, particularly Ninetales, is based on the Kitsune. And Kitsunes are their yokai, which is basically Fae, and, well, you could even, like, talk about how, the Ninetales is a fairy type, and all that. Either way, I just kind of see them as Fae creatures with magic and all that. So, I'm the guy making the stat blocks. I get to choose what these Pokemon are. So, here we go. AC is 14, which is actually pretty good. Let me just pull up the statistics for you. I usually do it in the first place, but AC is pretty good. Hit points is its kind of weak point because they're pretty low. Ranks is low stat, and con is pretty low too. However, you might notice that all of her other stats are pretty high, especially charisma. This is because they're magic. And I'll be real here, if it's very cute. And it also has magic and like, yeah, I just thought it should. Because, yeah, it just made complete and utter sense. And weirdly enough, I'm getting a lot of my, like, lore and stuff from, uh, kitsunes. And kitsunes are meant to be hyper intelligent and very wise and very, like, calming, and kind of like you want to listen to them and obey them, which kind of comes into the whole hypnosis thing that we'll be talking about later. Blah, 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 blah. Abilities: Flash Fire. If Vulpix takes fire damage, ignore the wording of that. I'm sure you know what I mean. It moves up by 1 on the initiative counter. This might seem a little bit confusing. Let me explain it. Um, so if Vulpix is 4th in initiative, and Larry is 3rd, and she gets hit by a fire type, like she takes fire damage, then Vulpix becomes 3rd, and Larry goes down to 4th. That's it. They don't need to be called Larry, obviously. But yeah, that's how that works. I just kind of thought, I believe it usually increases your attack power, but, well, Vulpix isn't fully about attack. He's about other things, and if we increased the DC of Hypnosis, well, as we'll get into later, Hypnosis is already very powerful. But yeah. Then we have Drought. Now, in the game, this summons weather. I don't think you realize quite how insane it is to have weather being able to be altered by yourself whenever you want. For reference, alter weather or change weather or whatever it's called in D&D is an 8th level spell. And for those who don't know, 9th is the highest level spell and has spells such as Wish, um, which alters reality itself to do whatever you want, and Power Word Kill, which makes you say a word and people die, which is insane. It's definitely not the best 9th level spell. There's plenty of better options than Power Word Kill. Anyway, then we have Water Susceptibility, because, well, it's a fire type. Ember's very strong. It does a very good amount of damage here. A very powerful attack. But her big feature is Hypnosis. Now, Kitsunes can hypnotize people and make them obedient and calm by looking into their eyes and whispering into their minds. I thought that Vulpix would be able to do that too. And also, Ninetales' Pokedex entry straight up talks about how it can control the minds of people and Pokemon by gazing into their eyes. Which, I mean, I always wondered what it would be like to experience something like that. Would it be calming? Would it be comforting? Would it be like, oh, this person's my friend now? Would you like fall asleep and your body starts just doing things for you? Or is it you're aware of everything that you're doing but you can't stop yourself? Anyway, either way, Vulpix's eyes glow an eerie red and it stares down a single creature that can see it. The creature must succeed a DC 13 wisdom saving throw or be calmed by Vulpix for a round. During this time, Vulpix can command the creature. Now, with mind control and hypnotism and all that in D&D, you have a couple of ideas. You can either do it so it's sleep hypnosis, so they look into their eyes and then the target gets put to sleep for a while. You could make it so that they get incapacitated, or you could have mind control. This is what I went for here. Vulpix is a pretty powerful stat. This is because, to be honest here, is it just because I like Vulpix? A little bit, yeah. But I hope it's balanced, and if it isn't, you guys can always tell me. So there's that. Now we have Alolan Vulpix. There's not many differences. The stats are the same, and the only difference is the type. Vulpix's, also the moves too. And the abilities. Vulpix's fire, and Alolan is, as you can probably notice here, she's ice type. Not fairy yet, that's Alolan Ninetales. Snowcloak. Now, in the games, Snowcloak raises evasion in a hailstorm. There is no such thing as a hailstorm in D&D. You can have them, but I thought, well, Ninetales, sorry, not Ninetales, I'm getting confused. Vulpix can't summon these hailstorms to increase her evasion. So what about Vulpix is shrouded in an aura of cold. Any creature that starts their turn within 5 feet of Vulpix takes 1d4 cold damage. Then we have Snow Warning. Summons a hailstorm. Again, controlling the weather is insane in the mind of D&D. That's an 8th level spell. So instead, it's also a pretty strong ability. Alolan Vulpix's attacks are frigid and frosty. Any creature hit by Ice Shard must succeed a DC 13 Constitution saving throw, be paralyzed for 1 round. That's very strong. And very dangerous. Hence the low hit points. Vulpix in general is very dangerous. Because she's my favorite. Is this me just saying I like this Pokemon, so therefore they're stronger? Yeah, kind of. But at the end of the day, things sometimes are different. I don't know where I'm going with this. To be totally real here, these are my stat blocks, and you can't fucking say anything. Except for call me an idiot in the comment, and that will simply make me cry. And if you want that, you're a silly creature. Anyway, Ice Shard does less damage because this, when we have Charm, Vulpix smiles and winks at a single creature that she can see, using Fey magic to influence its mind. The creature must succeed a DC 13 Wisdom saving throw or be charmed by her for a minute. So I've done my flavor stuff with it, and I still wonder, like, what it would be like. Be weird, right? And so what I've been trying to do here is, I specifically say, uses Fey magic to influence its mind, because Kitsunes, make humans smitten with them so that they're more willing to do what they tell them. And yeah, sure, Kitsunes are. And when I say Kitsunes, by the way, I don't mean those stupid anime depictions where it's like, oh, it's a person. but like they have ears or whatever. I mean the nine-tailed fox, right? That's the only real depiction of a kitsune. I studied like ancient Japanese yokai and shit. That's the real depiction of a kitsune. This other modern furry shit isn't real, and it's fucking stupid, and I hate it. Anyway, that's my kitsune rant over. Um, Every different Pokemon charming abilities work different ways in terms of flavor. This one, Vulpix is using her cuteness, but she's also straight up, you know, putting them in a trance with Fey magic. Some Pokemon, do it other ways. Anyway, that's it for today. Sorry about this rather long video. Next video will be a lot of Ninetales, so, maybe be even longer.